My Little Pony Read-Along Book. Every time you hear this chime, it means it's time to turn the page in your storybook. Now, if you are ready, we will start the story of The Magic Rainbow. Don't forget to turn the page every time you hear the chime. It was the sunshiniest day any pony could remember. After a cloudy weekend, the sun broke through bright and golden early Monday morning. Blossom and Firefly were both already out frolicking on the green grassy hills which surround the dream castle when Moondancer arrived.
"Isn't it a beautiful day? I thought the rain would never end,"
said Moondancer as she nibbled on the fresh green sprouts that had popped up during the long rainy weekend.
"As much as I love the dark, I have to admit a sunny morning like today is beautiful."
"Oh, the rain will be very good for my flower garden,"
said Blossom as she gazed down toward the dream castle where her garden was planted. Firefly sniffed at the fresh air and flapped her pink wings.
"As beautiful as today is, I would be happier if there were just a little more wind."
Off to the north, the gray storm clouds, left over from the weekend's bad weather, were finally slipping out of sight. Soon the sky would be blue again. Suddenly, high overhead in the clear morning air, something strange and wonderful began to happen. An arc of beautiful pastel colors began to glisten. It spread from horizon to horizon and sent rays of colored light dancing across the hilltops.
"Why, look!"
exclaimed Firefly.
"A rainbow! Not just any rainbow,"
shouted Blossom as she gazed skyward.
"That's the most beautiful rainbow I believe I have ever seen."
Only Moondancer remained silent. She had a puzzled look in her eye as she stared up at the strange and beautiful crescent of colors. By now, the rainbow had grown brighter, brighter than any rainbow the ponies could remember. The sky glistened and the air sparkled. The beautiful light from the rainbow seemed to make the ponies giddy and lightheaded.
"I'd always heard that rainbows are for wishing,"
giggled Blossom.
"I've wished on rainbows before,"
said Firefly.
"and those wishes never came true."
"So have I,"
said Moondancer.
"but I have to admit I've never seen a rainbow quite as special as this one. Even if our wishes don't come true, it will be fun just to wish anyway."
The three ponies closed their eyes and each one thought about their wishes.
"I wish that the flowers in my garden would all bloom,"
thought Blossom.
"Just imagine all those beautiful flowers blooming at once. It would be so lovely."
Firefly's wish was much different from Blossom's. Because she can fly, Firefly's greatest joy is chasing the clouds through the blue sky. She loves the wind.
"I wish for wind,"
thought Firefly.
"Enough wind to carry me high and fast through the sky."
Mischievous Moondancer thought of her wish in an instant.
"I know it's selfish, but I wish for the darkness to last all day long. With a whole day of darkness, I can glow to my heart's content."
While Firefly was right when she told her friends that wishes hardly ever come true, today she was in for a big surprise. The strange rainbow that shone overhead was not just any old rainbow. Rainbows like this one only come along once in a lifetime, and even then, only if you're very lucky. To their delight, or maybe to their dismay, the ponies' wishes were about to come true, for they were wishing on a magic rainbow. When the three ponies finished their silent wishes, they opened their eyes and looked about them.
So much for wishes.
Exclaimed Firefly.
Hardly a breeze is stirring.
And there are no more flowers blooming in my garden than before my wish,
Said Blossom.
It's clear that my wish didn't come true,
Said Moondancer.
I wished for darkness, and anyone can see that the sun is still shining.
Slightly disappointed that their wishes hadn't come true, the three ponies made their way down the hillside toward the dream castle. As they passed Blossom's garden, Moondancer grew wide-eyed with disbelief.
Why, look!
She shouted.
The flowers are starting to bloom. My garden!
Exclaimed Blossom.
Look at my garden!
By now, Blossom's garden was exploding in a riot of color. Pink petunias, bright yellow sunflowers, and baby blue periwinkles were opening up everywhere. But nothing lasts forever, not even the prettiest flower. If Blossom had known that soon there would be no more buds left to open, she might have been more careful with her wishing. Suddenly, the leaves on the plants began to rustle. A strong and chilly breeze blew down the hilltops. Even the tallest trees bent their branches with the wind, and the weather vane high atop the show stable spun wildly around. Moondancer dug her heels into the soft earth and leaned into the wind.
I know you wished for wind,
She said.
but this is silly.
If I had thought my wish would come true in such a blustery way, I would have just wished for a gentle breeze,
Said Firefly.
After seeing what happened to you both, I hope my wish doesn't come true.
Exclaimed a worried Moondancer. But even before the words had left her lips, the bright sky began to cloud over, and thick black clouds rolled in, blocking the sun from view.
I don't think I like getting dark in the middle of the day,
Stammered Blossom nervously.
It is kind of spooky.
Whispered Firefly.
I'm kind of scared.
There's no reason to be afraid of the dark,
Said Moondancer in a brave voice.
I would lead you out of the darkness, but I do believe it is dark everywhere.
Poor Moondancer felt very sad and guilty for making a wish which frightened her friends. Right then, all three ponies were wishing the same thing. One more wish which would undo all their selfish wishes. By now, the darkness had hidden the magic rainbow from view. But that didn't matter. Everyone knows that wishes, especially good ones, can travel through the darkest night. And for today, the three ponies were very lucky indeed. The rainbow had just enough magic left to answer one more wish before it faded away. As the ponies opened their eyes, the bright sunlight cut through the darkness and the clouds floated away. The wind, which was still rattling the corral gate, quickly turned into a balmy breeze. Only Blossom's wish remained. Even the magic rainbow couldn't turn back the clock to a time before the flowers had bloomed.
I'll have to wait a long time
time before the flowers bloom again,
said Blossom.
but I guess we've learned a lesson today.
We certainly have,
said Moondancer.
and it's a lesson we should have known all along.
Selfish wishes are nothing but trouble.
Said Firefly.
From now on, when we wish, let's make sure we wish a wish big enough for sharing.